Hi everyone, I'm going to be playing in my art journal, and I'm thinking another one of my crazy experiments. I've got lots and lots of stickers that I don't use, and I'm thinking of using them now as base for texture. I'm going to stick them all over my page, and I'm thinking I'm going over it with gesso and maybe some powder pigment from textile dyes or food coloring. Something, we'll see what happens. So basically I'm just going to glue them to the page. I'm going to put some adhesive, because most of the time the adhesive on this kind of stickers is not so good. And another product that I've bought a long time ago and I don't use because I don't really like it, on most of the time I will use white glue, so I need to get rid of my Mod Podge. No offense, it just doesn't work for me. So I know that a lot of people like this stuff, so just need to get rid of it, use it, get rid of it, and have more space. So as you can see, I'm just going to put down my stickers randomly. There is no nothing planned about it. Just going to use everything. I'm not using this. It will look like mathematics. I don't like it. So that by any chance it will pop up as some kind of equation on my page. I'm going to go all over this with gesso, so it doesn't matter that it's glittery. Oops. So it's boring to watch me glue this stuff, so I'm going to put several more just so you will see how random this is going to be. So I'm going to, as I said, go and use all these stickers randomly all over my page and then gesso it. I'll be back. I'm back and I'm working on coating everything with gesso. It's kind of difficult to go inside everything, but you just need patience, because you want everything covered, but not that the nooks and crannies get filled with the gesso and then you don't have your texture and you can't see the numbers and letters. So I'm going in and in all directions, as you can see, just so it will coat everything, and but won't leave a residue that will that will mask the image. And I'm thinking that it will need, maybe it will need another coat, but I don't know yet. I'm just wanting to put to coat everything with the gesso, and I'll wait for it to dry and see what happens. And maybe I won't need another coat because, as I said, I want to again play with gesso and the powder of textile dye, that I really like how they react together, and so it will be the next coat. I don't need another white coat for it. Don't even have any plans for focal point. I just want to see how my page will look after this kind of texture. I'm even planning another page with something like this, with letters and numbers, but next time I'm planning on gluing pieces of paper napkin and seeing what the effect will give me. So I'm going to wait for it to dry, and then I'll come back. I'm back, and it's not completely dry, but as I'm waiting for it to dry, I thought maybe I'll add glue, and maybe I'll get again crackles after I'll do the other coat with the gesso. So I'm going to put a generous amount of white glue on my page, and at least as I showed you in another video, now I won't have to wait, because to get crackle, although I am not sure it will get this, it needs to be wet, so you're putting the next layer on the wet glue, so I don't have to wait now for anything. I just have to put glue on all over my page, and then go over with what I've planned with the gesso and the textile dye. I came to use textile dyes because I've seen a lot of people using brochures, and we don't have brochures here, and ordering them is even more expensive, so I started to think, what can I use instead of brochures? And I remembered that textile dyes come in the form of powder, and probably is a pigment like any other pigment. So that's how I came to try it, and I really like using them because it's really a very concentrated pigment. So I hope I coated everything, and now I'm going to sprinkle some of the powder from the textile dye. I transferred it to a salt shaker, so I will have a little bit more control over it, like so. And now I'm thinking I'm gonna put some drops from my food gel color. This is orange. Don't know how it will react, whatever. Told you it's going to be a crazy experiment. And now for the gesso. I'm thinking I need to do first the areas with the powder, and then go and move over where I've put drops of the orange, if I don't want to get mud. Or try to be more careful next time, or more patient and do each color first, wait for it to dry and do the other one. I don't know. We'll see. I like that it's this look of like distressed wall, like a peeling wall, or a very aged one that had several coats of paint through the years. So, and I think I need to let go and live with white spaces. Not everything needs to be coated, but maybe more orange here. And yeah, that's it for now. Now I really need for it to dry, and we'll see if there will be any crackle. I don't know. If not. So now I'm just going to let it dry. I'll be back. I'm back. So it's dry now, and I did get a little bit of crackle here. I hope you can see it, but it doesn't matter. I was if it happened, it's okay. If not, also okay. And I'm not finished with my background. I still want more to this texture. So I've got here I think it's copper, and I've got black and white. And first I want to go with my finger gently over all the stickers and give them a rub of the copper paint. This is all acrylic paint, and I just want to give them some kind of highlight, if you can call it like a highlight. I don't know, just to add something. Oops, went into the white. And the white and black, I'm planning to try something. I haven't tried it before, at least not with acrylics. I want to try and dry brush from one direction with the black and the other direction with the white. I'll show you in a minute once I'm finished with going over all the letters with the copper paint. I'm not trying to completely cover them, just add a little to them. And it doesn't matter if it's letters or numbers. You could have put down lace trims, all kinds of embellishments that will give you texture. I just wanted some grungy look and to use the stickers that I don't use. I hope I went all over. Yeah, I think so. Taking a step back, sometimes that's the only way to look at things. Yeah, I think this is it. So now I'm going to attempt what I told you about the dry brushing. Never done it before. I know of this technique from other crafts, and usually what you do, just it's for bigger pieces, and you take sprays, this kind of sprays, and you work with it like spraying from here, and then you go and take another color and spray from here, and that's what gives dimension to whatever you are doing. But this is little piece on an art journal. I'm not going to use this, but I am gonna try and use a brush to go and put black from this side of my texture. I'm going to try and use, this is from a makeup kit. Never use these things for makeup. And as you can see, I'm going from down and don't know what will happen. I'm trying to only go below each element and not over, so the black would be below, but it doesn't really matter if it also goes on top. It just adds, I think, to the grungy graffiti look of this page. Yeah, something like that. And I'm thinking I want a little bit of this also in my background, not only on the letters. So let's see what I can do with this kind. Yeah, I'm going over the edges. I've picked this brush because it has stiff bristles, and I hoped that it will give me this kind of effect, that it doesn't paint completely, it just adds some kind of some distressed look. I think I'm adding a little bit. Yeah, I still need to go with the white and see what happens. I think now it's more dramatic, my page. Okay, let's see if I've got another brush, something like that, that I can use for the white. Let's see. I hope I'm in frame. So now I'm adding the white on top of each element to give some highlight. And I need to be careful. I didn't wait for the black to dry, so I need to be careful so I don't have all gray here. I think now my texture is more pronounced, and I think it's more interest to my page. And as I said, I'm going to try this again, maybe not with letters, but I'll put down some texture, and I'm gonna try, instead of the gesso and the paint, I'm gonna try putting down pieces of paper napkin and seeing how it will react with the texture. Let's see, again, stepping back to see if I went over everything. It seems like, yeah, I'm tempted to keep adding, but I think this is it. I'm leaving this background. I'm going to let it dry, and I'm gonna find me some focal point. After playing with this background, I need to find my focal point, so I'll be back. Hi, I'm back, and I don't know if you can see it, but I went over the edges again just to make it more defined with the black, and went over the letters again, at least where I found several that hadn't had enough of the black, so things are more pronounced now. And my focal point is going to be this. I had this piece of wooden dove, and I just put glue and gesso on it, so now I've got again some crackle, and I have nice texture for her. And I'm going to glue my dove here, and I had this felt leaves that I just put gesso and a little bit of acrylic paint. So that's what I have for my focal point. I've got my dove and my olive branch, and I'm just, of course, I'm going to glue them to my page. I'm just going to add a little bit of the same green that I've used here. I'm going to use at the bottom here again to give more definition, more shading. And basically this is my page, this is it. I'm not going to be tempted to do anything else, so just moving it aside so I can put some glue. It's a good thing it's felt. I can move it as I wish. Here we go. That's my page. I hope you liked what I've done. I hope it will give you ideas to do on your own. And just so you will know, thank you for commenting below. It encourages me to make more videos. If you haven't, if you put comments, it will be like I'm talking to myself. So thank you for that, and thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.